a lot more putts keeping your head down versus trying to watch where the ball goes. Now, I'm sure you've noticed Jordan Spieth looks at the hole sometimes. That's a totally different, kind of ballpark of a way of putting. And the reason he does that is because almost every other sport, you notice, when you're playing basketball, football, you're actually looking at your target. When you're throwing a football to a receiver, you're looking at the receiver. Golf is probably the only sport where you actually look at the ball the entire time and not your target, which is kind of interesting. I mean, when you're on the driving range and you're hitting shots, you look down at the ball a long time, but you're also trying to focus on your target at the same time. But the idea, obviously, is to keep the eye on the ball. That's a good thing to practice, too, as far as your short putting. You can experiment with that if you want. I have no problem with that. Some people really actually like it and find some good results out of it, because the idea is when you're looking at the hole, and I want you to try it just once, just go ahead and set up like you would normally, and when you get set up, I'd like you to just look at the hole and then try and feel it with your hands. Good. And you actually made a pretty good stroke.
It didn't feel as solid.
It doesn't feel as solid. I mean, it might feel weird to you because obviously you're looking this way and you're trying to make a stroke, and the idea is you're not thinking about what you're doing down here. And that's partially why I believe he does that, is he wants to feel the target and he doesn't want to look down at that putter. And some people, I'll look down at the putter sometimes and I'll see that putter blade like open or close and I'm going, oh God, and then you try to correct it and
you're in trouble.
you hit a bad putt. Exactly. So I think by looking at the hole, you can kind of get an idea of what your feel is. So if you feel like your feel is getting a little off and you're looking at the putter head too much or something like that, it's just a great little drill to keep your focus on the target and not so much on you and your stroke, and you can kind of get a good feel in your hands of what's going on.
Okay.
So